Smugheads, and welcome to Smug Mode, a Red Dwarf podcast where we discuss the British cult sci-fi comedy classic Red Dwarf. I'm Ben Gilman. I'm joined as always by Troy.
Hello.
Tom.
Hey.
And Dan.
Hey.
And today we're talking about Series 3, Episode 2, Marooned. Smug Mode is now engaged. So this episode is basically the Red Dwarf crew abandons ship as Red Dwarf approaches black holes.
Five black holes.
Five black holes.
Five black holes.
Find themselves marooned on an ice planet when Starbug is struck by a meteorite, where the only firewood is Rimmer's possessions and the only food they have is dog food and a pot noodle. So, what did you guys think of this episode?
Well,
They crushed Starbug again.
Starbug always gets crashed.
It's like the flipping helicarrier from S.H.I.E.L.D. with Marvel.
I'm not going to be starting the S.H.I.E.L.D., please.
Use Starbug a fair bit.
Yeah.
So what do we think of this episode? Because I love this one because it focuses on my favourite relationship, Lister and Rimmer again.
Yes, Lister and Rimmer, the combination.
That love-hate relationship so much to the forefront once again.
Well, it's basically a two-man play, this episode. Yeah. It's like the tradition of, I don't know, like Waiting for God, all those kind of things. Just two people on stage, unable to go anywhere else.
Or really do very much.
Which is a tricky thing to do with a sitcom.
It's also a little bit sort of like Lord of the Flies.
Ah, nice catch.
A
little bit.
Yeah, I sort of see what you mean, yeah. I mean, my automatic thing is I think of Wasteland by Samuel Beckett, but that's just because I'm pretentious. So
No, that's just because you're an English graduate.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Spoken wanker. I will start though. Holly's drill joke is very funny. This isn't a drill. This is a drill.
I love the fact that she abandoned saying abandoned ship halfway through saying abandoned ship to go, oh God, no, the siren's bust.
She's just funnier than the old Holly, like I said last week.
She's different.
She's different, but I'm not going to say funnier, and I'm not going to say less funny either. It's just Holly is a great character. They both perform the role of Holly really well.
I suppose Norman Lovett's a bit more deadpan.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Doctor Who, when they change the character from male to female, at least the character hasn't lost. It's funny.
Oh, jeez, don't get me started there. Please don't.
Can we please leave Doctor Who out of this goddamn show?
Please don't.
So it took 10 episodes, but we finally got. Well, it took 14 episodes. We finally got there. All right.
But no, you mentioned it.
So Rimmer has a lot of money. I didn't realize how rich he was.
24 grand.
Not anymore.
No, obviously not.
Well, yeah. He gets burnt.
I missed the cat a lot in this episode for the first time because Cat's really, him and Crichton are in the background a lot this episode. Was there anything that made you stand out for them? Did you guys find anything that made you laugh from them before they disappeared for the whole episode?
I think
I don't think they were really involved.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the asteroid hit the ship.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, but by that point, it's Rimmer and Lister on their own. Because Cat thingy go off in the blue midget.
It's not much.
Yeah, they're literally like non-existent.
They disappear for the whole episode, pretty much.
But I think the whole point of this episode is to build the relationship between Rimmer and Lister.
I know. I'm just saying, did you guys remember any good line or anything that they said before they disappeared?
No, the only thing that really stuck out for me is when they find them, the fact that Crichton must actually be pulling the cat because the cat's shouting, there they are, mush, mush. So he's obviously on like a sled being pulled by Crichton. You just don't see it.
I would have loved to see that.
It's only today I noticed that for the first time. It was him going, mush, mush.
I gotta go back and watch that again.
I never picked that up before.
I watch that again. Oh, must be knackered. Damn.
But I think my favorite thing for this whole episode. I mean, there's loads of good things in this episode, but it's the fact that every single name of every single book or the writer makes Lister think of food.
Yes.
Including Harold Pinter.
And I love Chris Barry's reaction when he's about to eat the dog food. You can just see Chris Barry in the background. He's just on camera, so you can see his expression as Lister tries to persuade himself it's going to be really tasty.
It's lovely, it's delicious. Well, you know, for years, Craig Charles told everyone that it really was dog food. For like 15 years, he said, no, it was definitely dog food. It's actually tuna.
Ages.
It's actually tuna in jelly.
Wow. So why did he change his mind?
Just because, no, for years, he was putting the fans on and going, oh, yeah, of course it was dog food.
Oh, isn't it? Yeah.
Just for the hell of it.
Total method adding.
I mean, I've got one little bugbear about this episode. It's a very. I'm aware of how childish I am.
Go for it.
But you know that bit when Rimmer is trying to do the Mayday thing?
Okay.
How does he push down the button to make the microphone work? He's soft light.
Good point.
Sorry, it's a really small thing. It's a tiny thing.
I have another problem.
Go on.
Where's my notes? Yeah, so Rimmer's talking about his girlfriend with Sandra, but he's never had sex. I'm pretty sure last season he said he's only had sex with one girl. So who the fuck is Sandra? Hello there. That's the second one where I'm kind of like, that doesn't make sense.
I knew those people that he's never talked about.
You could potentially justify it in that Lister knew about Yvonne Magruder because that was a Red Dwarf person.
Yeah, but
you'd always just assume that.
Clear. He makes it very clear that's the only woman he's ever had sex with.
But he could have been lying. It's completely.
Yeah, that's the thing about Rimmer, though. He's almost like the Joker. Different backstory.
You're right. You've picked up on a fault because he quite clearly says in "Thanks for the memories." Do you know how many women I've been with? One.
Yeah. One.
So yeah.
Can I point out?
Yeah.
Just in "Thanks for the memories," he is on a really self-destructive kick right there.
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
He's got a point. Yeah,
and he lives in negative fantasies, and that's a really easy sell for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that.
Never really trust his memory, really.
So Rimmer borrows money from Lister for his birthday present, a £5 book. What's a
borrows 15 quid and gives him a £5 book token? Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to get the card as well.
I love that. I don't know why I love, but they like, and then you find out, and this is something interesting, that Rimmer and Lister went to the pub. When we find out Rimmer likes war but hates pub fights. He'll start one, and he uses the general as a reason for him to be a pussy because he always says, "Yeah, generals lead from up and far away, and all the little people do all the fighting." He's basically he'll start a fight, but he'll run away and let other people finish it for him. So he uses the general thing. It's a reason for him to be a pussy.
Yep.
Think about that.
Well, the man is Alexander the Great's chief eunuch. So.
Oh, I just got to say that as well. It's my favourite lines.
Great singing voice.
Yeah, you know what? I believe you.
Why is it eunuch?
And then the one that's like sort of the call, not really the callback to that, but later on there's a really solid answering joke, which is the one about, are you saying I've got a big bum? Big. It's like two badly parked Volkswagens.
That's when they're talking about him losing his virginity. She was so beautiful, adopt me skateboard. Skateboard, how old were you?
I used to play golf. I hope you rake the sand back nicely after you finished.
I hate people who abuse the facilities.
I love how he uses the logic of, but you could have been a full member of the golf club then. But what is a chief eunuch? I've asked 4 times, you guys have ignored it. What is
chief eunuch?
You don't know what a eunuch is?
Yeah.
I don't. I
don't have the balls to tell you, mate.
That's a little hint right there.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Great singers. Really hit the high note.
My next one is My next note is Nutcrackers plus Alexander the Great ? Now I can get rid of that. Now I know what that is.
So now you get it.
Yeah. See, it's a Game of Thrones thing right there. Game of Thrones with the known. What's the rest of it?
That's not too good. Okay, so
I do like that bit at the end of the episode. We're going to do to Lister what Alexander the Great once did to me.
Can I just say, have you noticed there's no 4 people teaming in the Starbug yet this season? Only 2 at a time at the moment.
Yeah, that's because it's not set up to have 4 people in the cockpit.
Interesting to see that. I forgot that was there. I always thought for some reason it was a 4-man booth the whole time.
That's because I think by season 4 they'd made it a 4-man booth, and so you just.
It's amazing watching these in order, so close together, like all the little changes they make throughout the season.
But they did lots of stuff on the fly, and just did it without mentioning it, and people just accepted it.
I love Rimmer's red dwarf jacket as well. Like the what is it? Like what do you call it? A bomber jacket? Not a bomber jacket.
Yeah, it's like a bomber. It's like a similar to a bomber jacket.
Yeah, sort of a bomber / leather. Yeah.
I can buy that somewhere. I want one of those.
I think you could buy them at one point.
Yeah,
I don't know if you still can, but you could. There was a time when you could.
But why does Lister hate pot noodles? Pot noodles are lovely. What's his problem?
It's just a running joke that pot noodles are a horrible food.
I just
don't. It's just a running fact that pot noodles are a horrible food.
Here we go. Fact. What? I love it.
Yeah, pot noodles are very nice. What are you talking about? It sounds like
you are in the minority on this one, then.
In minority. Wow.
No, Troy's backing me up on this, I think.
I'm backing that.
How?
Right, so it's 50-50. Dan and I are both saying pot noodle are from the devil's arsehole.
Oh, look at this. The old friends sticking together.
At least.
Me with Troy.
Yeah, come on.
Right, fine. It's all right. We can replace you. Isn't that right, Troy?
Let's get rid of them, don't we, mate?
So I do love.
But the point is, the reason the joke works is because it's a majority-held view that pot noodles are shit.
Zombie apocalypse.
It's a majority thing. Why is it still so popular and makes a lot of money?
Because it's cheap.
Oh, come on.
Fuck, I've eaten pot noodle when I've had no money. Jesus, but it doesn't mean I liked it.
Of course you like it. If it's still around.
Exactly. If it was horrible, that would have been destroyed a long time ago.
Please, there's tons of foods that taste like crap and you can still buy them.
Yeah, but that means a lot more people than you think like it. That's my point.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the point that I'm making is for a national TV show to make a joke that works, which it does, you have to have a majority view that pot noodle is shit.
I do love how they change the topic and just to go food. I miss those things. The chocolate bars, man. Lovely.
Eric Van Lustvader.
Eric Van Lustvader. Oh god.
I mean, for me, on a personal level, as like an English student, Rimmer trying to defend Shakespeare but being unable to quote the famous Now speech.
Oh, it's just Rimmer being a bullshit artist as usual.
Now.
But he's got the pose
now
right.
Now is the winter of our discontent made most glorious.
That was like, oh god.
So basically, that's Chris Barry's training from the theatre, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know that Chris Barry was theatre trained because he was an impressionist.
Yeah, it was just like almost like a comic, wasn't he?
So Craig Charles was a stand-up.
Yeah.
Danny John Jules was a dancer, and Chris Barry was a mimic.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them were like properly theatre trained. Well, probably Danny John Jules was because he was a dancer, but I don't think he went to acting school.
He was something of a superstar in the drama division in Methody, anyway.
We call that Britain's Got Talent now. So
jeez.
When Rimmer's calling for help on the radio, he's also got his elbow on the desk as well. Since he's a hologram, he should not be able to do that either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There's a little thing. I mean, these guys, of course, they're going to physically use the set to rest on. It's a human reaction. Yeah. It just didn't get noticed. That's it.
I love the fact Rimmer hasn't read the books. That made me laugh. Not surprised though.
Yeah, you never
Also, it's
He's read
Loretta.
30, but he's read page 61 of the letter.
know. Yeah.
You notice Lister rips out page 61. He rips out the left side page, which would be page 60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he ripped out both pages, in fairness, when I...
It's just like a gaff. It's quite funny.
Hang on, isn't page 60 and 61 the same page?
No, 60 would be on the left side. It's the odd number. It's the
Yeah,
even
but
number.
I thought he ripped it, like, both pages out, 60 and 61, is the way I saw it when he was ripping. I didn't see it as he just took out the left-hand side.
Fair play.
Yeah, it's a minor thing, but yeah, fair enough.
Also, who says Cliff Richard got shot? That sounds like a world I want to live in.
Oh my
I
god.
can't remember this bit. Who says this? I
Lister
got
says it.
love to see Cliff Richard get shot.
When he's saying that you always remember your first time, it's like you know where you were when Cliff Richard got shot.
Woman to land on Pluto.
Totally understand that. Jesus Christ.
Can we go to the actual main plot hook of this episode?
Yeah, please do.
Because the actual main the thing which it revolves around is that decision that Lister makes.
Oh, the guitar.
Yes.
I'm making that decision every fucking time. That's a genuine Les Paul copy. It might only have 5 strings and 3 of them G, but
You know what? That's one of the few times in the entire series that I actually disliked Lister.
Lister and Rimmer are both horrible people in this episode.
Yeah, there's some despicable people, legit.
Normally I respect Lister, but not this episode.
Yeah,
He's just,
I mean, he has the honor to feel guilty about it. He has enough about him to feel like shit for it, but still.
And maybe it's just me. It's never said, but right, I'm not being rude. When he comes back, Rimmer comes back, and he sees the so-called guitar, which is the wood from his chest of drawers from his father. He only then, because he's glad that he doesn't like the guitar, so he decides to be an arsehole and to save face and decide, I'm going to burn my soldiers. He's really happy. The only reason he's happy is that the guitar is gone is because he hates the guitar.
I think he didn't think that Lister would ever burn the guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
So he finally goes, oh my god, that's actually a really selfless act.
Yeah, it's personal belonging to him. It's just like
and so that's why he then decides to burn the Army d'Honneur, is because that's something that means as much to him.
Makes him a better person than Lister in this episode for me.
I think Rimmer comes off as the better person in this episode, personally.
Yeah.
But
I think they both come off as arseholes.
he comes off as stupid, because why the hell would you think a Les Paul copy was made of camphor wood? Sorry, why would you?
Why would you think the guitar was made of camphor wood?
Well, yeah, exactly.
I do love how he gets away with it. You can see Lister go, you dumb fuck, but okay. Now, I do love the line of, now I see why dogs lick their testicles. After Lister's eating the dog food.
Yeah.
That's
also, quick question, actually. How does Rimmer not notice when he's taking the Army d'Honneur out of the box to burn them that there's a massive fucking hole in the box?
He doesn't take them out of the box. He's a hologram.
But how can
I hadn't thought of that one, mate.
How can Rimmer smell the fire because he can't smell his hologram?
Yeah, but obviously he's got senses of taste and smell.
Yeah, he's got that. Yeah, updates.
That's never been questioned before.
Okay. Fair play.
It's like him eating the bacon chutney chili cheese sandwich in the second series too. Nobody questions that he can taste it.
He can interact with his senses, but not with his motor control.
I do love how Rimmer goes on a rant about why May Day, why not Shrove Tuesday.
Essentially, 15th Wednesday after Pentecost. Yep, I love that.
It's just the random stuff. I love it. I love how he's not read any of the books.
Yeah. It's just to be seen to have them.
So I'm saying it's just kind of around like this is something special.
Crichton's pink earmuffs when they come to save them are very, very, very cute.
Yeah, but why would a mechanoid
Exactly, that's weird.
need earmuffs?
Yeah.
No, I think the cat put them on him.
Quite probably.
The cat's just dressing him up.
That's
You're probably right. Just there on the ship, just dressing him up.
And I do love the punchline of, oh yeah, it was grit. Because space and grit are black.
The thing about black holes is their basic color is they're black. The thing about space, its basic space color is it's black. The thing about grit, its basic color. Sorry.
Oh god.
No, you gotta love Holly.
This is why I prefer her. She's just funnier. And
Yeah, but you
she's
can imagine Norman Lovett delivering those lines as well, and it being
You
fun.
can. It feels like the same character, which is very hard to do.
No, she does an amazing job of the character sounding different, but you could still believe it was the same computer, just with a different face. She did a very good job of that.
Fair.
But yeah, awesome episode. Probably my second favourite from season 3.
Yeah, I think it's better than last week. Craig
Yeah,
Charles has said in an interview that this is a favourite episode of his because he thinks it would have been a good stage play. So Chris Barry's also said the same thing.
Yeah, I love stuff like this. Anything, TV show, anything, I love stuff like this. Just like two characters just...
Yeah, it's quite brave as well for a sitcom to do that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Quiz. Who sings the song Lister sings, She's Out of My Life? Who sings it?
In reality, I don't know.
Is it MJ?
Yeah, it's MJ, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I mean, the line that Rimmer can't say is very easy. Now is the winter of our discontent. At least you could have got that.
Yeah.
No, that makes the joke. It just makes it. It's that perfect pose. And then, no.
What's the rest?
That famous man speech, unforgettable.
Glorious summer by the son of York. I don't know that bit. Okay, that's new.
Son of York. What's that story?
Son of York. Okay.
This is one of the most famous speeches in all literature.
Son of York.
Yeah, this is an amazing episode.
Yeah, this next episode is awesome.
It is. It's an awesome episode.
I think next week's is even better. It's ridiculous this season.
Well, Polymorph, is that your favourite, yeah?
There will be no message to God. There will be no cat people episode this season, people.
Oh, thank goodness.
No. It's our lowest rated episode still. In terms of views.
It would be.
I'm surprised it's managed to get as many views as it has. Even people can't be bothered to come and listen to us. True dwarfers know how shit it is. Alright, so pretty good overall then, right? All agreed? Dan, are you alive?
Absolutely loved it. Just if I have to place those 4 characters, it's really difficult to place those 4 characters in any kind of order of favourites.
Oh, that's the beauty of the show. They're all brilliant. They're all needed in the show.
But if I have to,
go on.
Then I quite honestly have to say that I put Rimmer and Lister as the bottom 2.
Oh.
Wow.
But this was just one of those episodes that makes me go, I can really identify a little bit with both of these guys and still find them to be incredibly funny and still find this to be incredibly engaging and also hate them a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like, as with Backwards, what we have is just an incredible look at sort of the microcosm within, like, the microcosm of the relationships inside of the larger, like, all the characters working together. I just, I thought it was great. It is definitely in my top 10. Don't know where, but it's somewhere in my top 10 in terms of Red Dwarf episodes.
Oh, nice.
And the final joke, the final payoff, that's a callback, and just absolutely everything revolves around it, of we're going to do to Lister what Alexander the Great once did to me.
And I think that's a good place to leave this episode. The last thing said of the episode, and we should leave it there.
Sounds good to me.
Beautiful.
Okay, so it's goodbye for me.
Bye for me.
Bye for me.
And goodbye for me.
Oh, fuck off, you cunts and smegheads.